Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bosnian, and welcome back to another one of my videos. And today we're going to be talking about der Eisendrache and the fact that there is without a doubt some sort of a connection to the moon with this map. So, in the latest trailer, there are actual images of the moon on what seems to be computer screens in the map. So that pretty much solidifies the fact that der Eisendrache is somehow definitely involved with the moon. We already kind of had evidence of this before. We already had evidence that the moon was going to be involved in some way, shape, or form. And that evidence was the fact that there was a new moon loading screen, and the fact that Dempsey talks about visiting the moon in the Giant. The fact that both der Eisendrache and the moon are named Griffin Station and Griffin Castle. I mean, these things are just really all pointing to the fact that the moon is associated with this new map in some way, shape, or form. And the theme of launching rockets is back, and that is something else that we have to look at, because that is yet another hint at moon being associated with this map. So where are the rockets going? How do we activate these rockets? Do we get inside of the rockets and maybe fly to the moon? I mean, what is the purpose of these rockets? I mean, the thought that I had was that maybe they are launching the rockets to stop the rockets that are coming from the moon. So maybe they want to stop the Earth from being blown up. If you guys go back to the moon and remember the Easter egg, there was obviously 3 rockets that they launched, and then they used those rockets to blow up the Earth. And maybe they're trying to stop that this time around. I think that this is the best theory that I've had so far. I mean, it really does make sense. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about this theory, or maybe you have a better theory. Why does the facility of Griffin Castle even have rockets? I mean, what did the Germans plan on doing with them? I mean, there has to be some sort of a connection here with the moon. I mean, again, it's called Griffin Castle, and the moon is called Griffin Station, and I'm not sure if this is in a different universe where instead of building a base on the moon, they made one in a castle. I really don't know. What is the purpose of them having rockets there? I would really love to know the reason. We will know when the Easter egg is solved, but that is probably not going to be in a while. Even when the map is released, we won't know until like a week or something into the map's release. So there has been talks of this map being a direct remake of the moon, and it's going to be the other way around this time. So that means that maybe we blow up the moon instead of the Earth, and I don't understand why that would make any sense, because I really don't get it. Why would you blow up the moon? Because that would be another catastrophe back on Earth. It just wouldn't make sense, because if you destroy the moon, you destroy the Earth as well. So it just wouldn't make sense if they did that, but it's a theory nonetheless. So I'm really not sure what they're doing with these rockets, like, at all. I mean, from the trailer you could see the rocket that launches, but is that the only rocket that we get to launch? I mean, is it us launching it? Is the rocket going off by itself? Maybe it's part of the Easter egg. I'm going to assume that it probably is. But maybe you actually have to launch these rockets to get to the Pack-a-Punch. And a lot of you might be saying, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would you have to launch rockets? Well, remember in Ascension, you actually had to launch the rocket to actually get to the Pack-a-Punch. And maybe that's going to be a similar thing that they're doing in this map. And from what we can see in the map, there's a lot of returning features coming from older maps, from like maps like Ascension, Moon, Origins. Just all of those really good maps, in my opinion, are coming back and being mashed together into one map, and I really love it. So anyways, maybe instead of doing any of that, we go to the moon instead. And if you guys remember from the trailer, you could actually see that one teleporter that was really out of place. At least it was, in my opinion, because, I mean, why should it be there? There's not really a reason for the teleporter to be there, because there weren't other teleporters that you could see in the map. So how would you use this teleporter? I mean, again, there's no other teleporter in the map, so how could you teleport back and forth? Thought that I had was that maybe there was some sort of like a mainframe in the map where you could use it similar to Keener der Toten in that sort of a fashion, but I really don't see that happening. I thought that maybe this teleporter is going to be used to get onto the moon somehow, because I mean, there is a map of the moon in the trailer on one of those computer screens, and not to mention the fact that there was also a new moon loading screen shared with us. So maybe they're making a small portion of the moon playable again. It would make sense, because, I mean, why are they giving us all of these sort of hints? I mean, they gave us a map to the moon. I mean, why would you need a map? And also the loading screen. So maybe there is some sort of a little playable area on the moon. Maybe it acts as Area 51 in the original map of Moon, where you actually start there. Maybe you actually start on the moon and then you go to Der Eisendrache, because maybe again it's in a different universe where this is actually Moon, but instead of being on the moon, it's on the Earth, and then instead of starting on Earth in Area 51, you start back on the moon, and it's just really complicated, but you understand what I'm trying to say here. But again, maybe there is some sort of a playable area on the moon, and that's just something that I thought about. But there is some sort of an end game theme occurring here, being the fact that Jason Blundell clearly said that it was coming to some sort of a conclusion of some sort, and I mean, it's only DLC 1. How could it be a conclusion? And Moon was definitely some sort of an endgame map, and I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, this is looking to be like a really huge map in terms of storyline and stuff like that, and I've made videos in the past discussing this, and the fact that the Frozen One has been hinted in the map, it also kind of makes you think about Moon as well, because if you remember, on the moon there were tunnels, and in those tunnels, that's where Samantha was in the pyramid. So there are going to be tunnels in this map as well, but this time they're going to be ice caves. And what if there is another Samantha in this ice cave, because the Frozen One has been referenced, and what if the Frozen One is Samantha, and what if she is in one of these ice caves that we have to go into, and maybe we have to go and find her again, because it would just make sense because of all of these different moon connections that we're seeing, because a lot of people are saying maybe this is just a reskinned moon that looks like a castle. I really don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And maybe Samantha is in the pyramid again in the MPD, but this time around it's going to be in an ice cave. Or maybe it's something far more darker. That's going to be it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a rating. Please subscribe and have a wonderful day. See you later.